Republicans are true masters at naming bills that do exactly the opposite of what they say they do. They sure have the wrong name on this bill. They call it End Chinese Domination. It ought to be called the Guarantee Act. Guarantee Chinese domination, because what they're doing is undermining America's ability to compete with the Chinese who have dominated this market. After listening to their fossilized friends about the only progress that House Republicans have made is that they moved from becoming total climate deniers to just becoming climate obstructionists. They're just here in case someone else decides to do something about the climate, and we have. The climate crisis that is truly engulfing our world. This is the latest Republican bill where America going a little greener just seems to make them a little redder. Because a transition is needed here in the United States from an industry we did not have fully developed, these inflexible, micromanaging requirements will have the opposite effect they say they will intend. It will take more than tough talk to stand up to Chinese domination. It takes careful American manufacturing and developing it. We don't want to cede the world to China and its domination, but all they offer is a white flag of surrender to the Chinese, jeopardizing domestic jobs and weakening American industry, ensuring that it's China that will profit at our expense. While Democrats have championed cleaner vehicles, Republicans have attempted to throw us into their favorite gear, reverse. And they've tried to reverse just about everything that we have done to respond to the climate crisis. We know the transportation sector is so very important because it represents about 28% of all greenhouse gas emissions. We've taken the steps to promote clean vehicles that don't generate these emissions with last Congress's historic climate legislation. From this summer's suffocating heat, the wildfires, the extreme storms, the intense weather, the growing tropical diseases in our area, we know the climate crisis is already here. We don't have to sizzle further to do something about it. And our clean vehicle credits have helped. They've helped consumers absorb the cost of beginning to transition to a greener and renewable future. It's helped jumpstart our EV industry, leading to more than $175 billion in new investments to building electric vehicles and creating over 100,000 jobs while decreasing emissions. Our investments are designed to make our domestic industry and our domestic workers competitive in the world. Our tax incentives for growing green are used to boost American workers and build more factories, as is happening right here in the USA. This bill that is being offered today would impose impossible tracking requirements on battery components and critical minerals. This simply is not possible, and it's not necessary. Tracking every screw is truly nuts. We have reasonable transition rules already in place to enable us to make it in America, and that's what we need to do. If Republicans undo these rules, they will not only jeopardize American manufacturing jobs, they will only strengthen China. I yield back.